Welcome to another edition of the Blissful Couples Corner. Happy Sunday to everyone. My name is Soul Angel. You are watching the Blissful Couples Corner. I am so excited to be here today. Hope you are too. We're just gonna dive straight to our topic for today. I want to apologize for the late start. I had other commitments that I had to attend to. We were supposed to start at 7 o'clock. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Okay, we're supposed to start at 7 p.m. Central Time, but other things came up. So, but we are here. As promised, we are here, and we're going to go straight into the matters. But before I go ahead, if this is your first time on my channel, please do me a favor. Do me a favor. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are watching on YouTube. And also follow me on Facebook if you happen to see this post on Facebook, this video on Facebook. Okay, that being said, we are on the topic bedroom matters. We are on a series called Bedroom Matters. Please, as you come in, let me know who is watching, your name, where you're watching from, and if this is your first time. Thank you so much for that. So we are on the series of Bedroom Matters, all about sexual intimacy in marriage. Last week, we introduced what that was all about, what we're going to be doing. And on yesterday, I uploaded a video that talked about the how will I call it, the ways that sexual intimacy, that sexual intercourse promotes, helps in bonding between the married couple. So it was all about sexual connect, the importance of sexual connection, the strength of sexual connection between couples, how it strengthens the bonds, all about exploring how sexual intimacy strengthens bonds in marriage between the couples. Okay, so I gave a video on that, a brief summary. Today I promised that we were going to be talking a little bit deep into it, and that we may not finish that topic today because of the way it is structured. It's kind of a little bit long, so we cannot do that in one sitting. So today, last week, let me recap what we did on yesterday on the video. In the video, we talked about the three categories of importance. Okay, we talked about biological importance of sexual intercourse. We talked about psychological, emotional importance, and the physical. Okay, we said oxytocin is released during sexual intercourse that helps bonding. We talked about how it fosters communication between the partners, and we also talked about how it improves affection. Okay, another thing that we talked about are the ways by which sexual intimacy helps to bring the couples together. We talked about the effect of touching. We talked about the effect of relaxation and all that. So just watch the video and you can recap on that. Okay, just watch the video. Today, I want us to touch about one thing, one of the aspects. Okay, so the 6 ways that we talked about that help to strengthen the bond was emotional connection. It helps with that. We talked about improve communication, stress relief. We talked about a sense of relaxation. We talked about shared experience and a sense of satisfaction in the relationship. Today, I want us to tackle one aspect that has probably different parts. So we're going to talk about three scientific ways, three ways that have been proven scientifically that good sex can help bring couples together. Remember, it's all about bedroom matters. How is sexual intimacy important in marriage? Why is it important and how does it improve our relationship with our husband, with our wives? Okay. So today I want us to talk about three scientific proofs or evidence or ways that good sexual intercourse can help the couples become close together, come closer together, can improve intimacy. Okay. And it's important that I highlight the word good sex. Okay. Because you ask me, are some of them not good? Yes, some are not good. When I term it good, it means that it was enjoyable, it was pleasurable for both of you, not pleasurable for one person. Okay, not pleasurable for the husband or pleasurable for the wife only, pleasurable for both of you. He will receive, or whoever received that pleasure is the one that has most of the effect. So it is important that both of you have the pleasure in it, and we're going to know why that is important. We touched it last week. So when I say good sex, I mean one that is pleasurable, not the one that is aggressive, not the one that is done in pain, not the one that is done mutual understanding in that relaxed state, and both of you, especially when both of you attain the level of orgasm. Now, disclaimer: if you're not up to 21 years, please don't watch this video. You're not up to 21 years, okay? Because we're going to be speaking truth here, okay? Nobody should tell me, oh, it's not you. These are real things. There's no sugarcoating here. These things are real. They exist. They have names. God gave those names. So let's not be watering things down. So that's what I mean by good sex, okay? Pleasurable, you reach orgasm. Some people don't know what is orgasm, but that's the discussion for another day, if in case you don't know. So the three ways we're going to talk about here, how sexual intercourse promotes closeness between spouse. Number one, we're going to talk about the oxytocin effect. We started talking about oxytocin the other day, but we didn't really go deep into that. Okay, what is oxytocin anyways? Please, when you come in, share the video, share as much as you can. Come in and share the video. Let me see if I can reshare it on my own page too. uh all right, so please, if you come and share. So the three ways: number one, we're going to talk about the oxytocin effect. The hormone oxytocin, how does it help during sexual intercourse? How does it help to promote intimacy? Okay, number one, what is oxytocin to start with? Oxytocin is a hormone that is important in reproduction, all about reproduction, and it's released during breast milk and during orgasm. When a man, it helps, it is the hormone that helps propel or move sperm from the man during sexual intercourse. Again, disclaimer: if you are not 21 years old, please don't watch this video. Okay, all right. It's for married people. So again, oxytocin is a hormone that's very important in reproduction. It triggers labor in women, pregnant women, and it is released during breast milk when the baby is latching on your breast. Oxytocin is being released, the love hormone. It's all about affection. That's why when you see babies are sucking breast and the way they are looking at their mothers, some of the men are even angry. Okay, so that's for the females, but in males it helps the movement of sperm. Okay, during the ejaculation, it helps the movement of sperm. Now, there are three hormones that are called happy hormones. Let's do some small biology here. Okay, there are three hormones that are called happy hormones in the human system. Okay, we have dopamine, we have serotonin, and we have oxytocin. The three of them work together to make this happen, to make this pleasure. Okay, all right. Now, dopamine is probably connected to attractiveness. Okay, when you see a man and a woman, when they're attracted to each other, dopamine is being released. So when you see somebody, you're attracted to the person in that way, you're attracted to the person, there's that connection, whatever. The first thing hormone that's released is dopamine. It's called dopamine. It's a sense of, it's happiness hormone. Okay. Another thing, and all those, it's important to know that all these hormones are released from the brain. Okay, I guess that's why some men say that this thing has its own brain, but it's one brain. Okay, so the dopamine is released, and then serotonin. Okay, so when you're attracted to someone, your brain will release dopamine. So once your brain releases dopamine, your serotonin levels also is another hormone also. Remember that three hormones that contribute in happiness. So when dopamine is released, serotonin levels increases, and so also it causes production of oxytocin. Okay, so that oxytocin, the combination of these three things, they help to have a positive emotional feeling. That's the biology of love. I can put it like that. All right. Sorry. Let me stop joking. All right. Okay. Now, what is this oxytocin all about? Okay. What is it all about? I've explained what it is, but now how does it relate to us? Okay. How does it relate to sex? Now, oxytocin, as I said last time, oxytocin enhances relationship, promotes relationship bonding, in that it promotes trust. That hormone, when it's released in your system, it helps to promote trust, the feeling of trust, empathy, fidelity. Somebody will ask me how. We'll come to that. Positive emotional moments. It helps in positive communication. So everything about oxytocin is really so much about emotions, about feelings, about feeling good. Hmm? About feeling good. Now, what is the relationship? Is the same thing. So oxytocin impacts our behavior, our social behavior. Okay, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, they impact our social behavior somehow, especially oxytocin, by creating that bonding effect between a man and a woman, increasing it. And we're going to see scientific research on that. Okay, let's not because like I said yesterday in that video, I said God was not stupid to put those things in us. God created us. So if anything in us is not put by a human being, it's put by God. So if He puts those hormones there, it means they are there for a purpose. And we know that it is for that. This particular one is for feelings, emotions, all about that. Okay. Now, a little bit more about oxytocin. Okay. It causes relaxation, it helps with trust and psychological stability. Some people are not stable in their marriage. Psychological stability is when your sanity is in place. You are not as anxious, you are not depressed, you are not, but you are emotionally, psychologically stable upstairs. Okay. Now, research have suggest that there is a link between fidelity and oxytocin production. Hello. Research have shown that there is a link between fidelity, faithfulness, and oxytocin production. Hello. What does that mean? That means that Oxytocin is important when it comes to keeping fidelity somehow. It's not the only factor, but it's and is there's a link to that. Okay. Now, how is oxytocin produced? It is produced during sexual intercourse. So, meaning that if you are not having enough sexual intercourse in your marriage, there is a risk of infidelity. It's just one factor. So don't tell me that, oh, is it because I'm not having this? That's why some people, some men will say that, I know. I told her that she's not giving me. That's why I went out. No, that's not the reason. I say it could be a fact. Suggest research have suggested that there is a link between that. So what do you mean, Miss Allah? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So research have shown that there is a link between oxytocin and fidelity, meaning that if your body is not producing enough oxytocin, anyway, let me not go to that. We'll see that. I'm getting excited a little bit. Okay, now when you look at that, when I was reading that article, I was like, okay, so can we infer that men who are cheating, maybe they're not having enough sex? No, that's not it. They choose to cheat. But could that be an effect? Yes, it could be an effect. Okay, so let's just put it that way. So why is this? It may be due to the fact that now another research, right, showed that men who produce oxytocin at a higher level, the research showed that they were not attracted to other females that are not theirs. So that is the conclusion. That is why they came to the conclusion that it improves, it helps in fidelity, because the research showed that when their brains were stimulated to produce oxytocin, they had that the reaction, because usually I cannot explain the scientific thing and what they do in the process, but it's something that they do to for your brain to be stimulated to produce oxytocin, and then they see a reaction, everything in the brain. They see a reaction, and if there's a particular portion of your brain that gets excited after maybe mentioning your wife's name or mentioning or you seeing the picture, that particular portion of your brain gets stimulated, and then that's how they record the result. So when they did that, they realized that men with a higher level of oxytocin, they had a tendency of that reaction more with their spouses than with complete strangers that they didn't know. Okay, so that is why they concluded there was that suggestive conclusion that there's a link between oxytocin production and fidelity. Okay, so now why is this like this? Okay, scientifically, right? So with the oxytocin in mind, so when you are attracted to someone, like I think I explained this before, when you're attracted to someone, your brain, number one, produces dopamine. When dopamine is produced, there is an increased level of serotonin. Now, when there's an increased level of serotonin, now your body now produces oxytocin. So you already understand why during dating, okay, during dating, the first thing is what you see somebody you're attracted to. It's kind of cute. Oh, she's pretty. Something attracts you, and once you respond to that attraction, the next thing is that there's another hormone that is being pumped. Another time you see oxytocin pop comes out. So those things now, it helps now with the bonding. I think that is the reason why we are not talking about the spiritual here, right? We're talking about biological. That is the reason why I would say, quote unquote, don't quote me anyway, I will say that fornication is kind of difficult to resist if you are not spiritually oriented, because biologically it's already set up for your body to react in that way. So remember that human beings, we are a spirit in a body. We have a spirit, we have a soul, and we have a body. So our spirit man has to help us in the things that concern the flesh. Now, this is the flesh we are talking about. Biologically, it's already there in it. Now we have the ability to control it. Yep. So that is the reason why I would infer that Fornication is really rampant. It's difficult to resist if you're not in Christ, because those things are natural. Dopamine is naturally produced in the system, in your body. Serotonin is naturally produced, and when it's released, oxytocin definite is a necessary hormone. Remember, I said it's a hormone is a reproduction hormone. It induces labor, it triggers labor during when the baby is due to come. It triggers breast milk production, and it helps to propel the sperm out of the man. So they are important hormones. You cannot get rid of it. You cannot pray against it. In fact, matter of fact, you pray against it, then you are killing yourself. Okay. The only way to control it is to be in Christ when it's not yet time for you to use oxytocin to have sex. Okay. So it is there. It is there for our own good. God, everything God made was good. All right. So when that is produced, it helps with that emotional feelings, that feeling of positive emotions, that feelings of bonding, all those things. All right. So once oxytocin is produced, what are the effects? It reduces stress. It increases feelings of trust, love, sexual desire, and bonding in couples. So all that thing that I tried to summarize, because I know not everybody's scientist here, nobody is science inclined, so I don't want to talk too much science, but I just wanted to explain a little bit so we can understand the feeling, where the feeling is coming from is inborn. Okay. So once oxytocin is produced, the effect of oxytocin is that it's just like we said, if what is the effect after exercises? Your body will ache, maybe you sleep better, something like that. So the effect of oxytocin being released is that it reduces stress, number one. It increases the feeling of trust between the partners. That those are the You see how positive it is. It increases trust. You get to trust somebody more without even knowing why. Then it increases your love, feeling for the person, then your sexual desire. Now, there is this word. I'm trying to get the word. It increases your sexual. Let me come. It increases your sexual desire and bonding among couples. Now, why does it increase sexual desire? Because it promotes that feeling of bonding, of more connection, right? So you can say here right now that you see that if when couples are not frequently indulging in sexual intercourse, what happens? If oxytocin has all this, promotes feeling of trust, relieve stress, love, sexual desire increases, then bonding. So if it's not being produced, it therefore means that all these things are being reduced. Hey, again, don't get me wrong. We are in the biological side of it, the science, the natural. So if those things are not happening, sexual intercourse is not happening, those things are reducing. And if any married person tell me here that I'm lying, they are fooling themselves. You are fooling yourself, because the truth is that there's this word that they say that they usually use in church. Say iron sharpened iron. But I'm looking for something good. If you don't look good, this is it. If you don't use it, you lose it. Eh? We have oxytocin in us, but the way we have to be producing this oxytocin constantly at good levels is that we need to indulge in things. I'm talking about married people, please. If you are single, don't hear me. Close your ears. We need to or open your ears well. So when it's time for you to go, I know that some people here that are age to get married, but if it's time for you to get married or get in your house, then you can use this information. We have our minister here, so we have people here that are ready for marriage. So just get the information, okay? So I was saying that they say that if you don't use it, you lose it, just like your muscles. If you sleep on the bed, if you are bedridden for how many years or how many days, you just continue to sleep for 30 days, you don't wake up, you don't use any muscle, you don't use nothing on your body, you will get up and you'll be falling because you don't have energy to work. You're losing your muscles, okay? You're losing energy. You need energy to do some work, okay? So it's the same thing with oxytocin. If oxytocin is not being produced, if it's just sitting there in your body, yeah, it's Nothing is happening. It's just, yeah, it's just there. Use me now. You don't want to use me. Use me. I want to be released. You say, no, 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 no. I don't want you to be released. You will die now. Nothing will happen. So, what am I trying to say? You have seen here that research said that it increases the desire for sex, right? So, meaning that if you don't even have the sex, number one, there will no desire that will even come for the next one. So, what do I mean by that? The more time you spend with your partner, let me read it well here from the research. It says the more time you spend with your partner, the more oxytocin you produce. The more oxytocin you produce, the more you desire your partner. Please, if you do not hear me well, hear me well. The more time you spend with your partner, the more oxytocin you produce. And the more oxytocin you produce, the more you desire your partner. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? It is important that couples have time for sex. You heard me right. If you are the one that you do 6 months, 1 year, 3 months, once in every 3 months, once in a blue moon, you are too busy. You are already creating a problem of bonding. That's the reason why when we talk about we have talked about intimacy here, but not in the aspect of sex, okay? About spending time together, all those things. All those spending time together, it also helps with the oxytocin. It's just that sexual intercourse is at the height of it. It produces a higher level of it, okay? So it is important that couples have time for sex. I don't care whether you're a pastor, you're a prophet, you're a whatever. Have time for that. If you are not having it, have a conversation with your partner. What's going on? When you people were dating, you people were fighting to have this thing, which was against biblical principles. Now you have the mandakata. You are not doing it. What's happened? What to do? What's going on? The marriage is not complaining that my husband is cheating. Have you ever asked yourself that? Why is it that men who are cheating outside, men who cheat or women who cheat, the first thing is that you discover that they are so distant, they don't want to have sex in the house, they don't want no relationship, is because all that oxytocin is being produced for that side chick. Hello, sister. All the oxytocin is released in the side chick now. So the affection would therefore be there. So for those of you that say that, master, I don't give it. You know, go see she come not to say go see. My sister, you're not doing the man, you're doing yourself. You are doing yourself. So help yourself by helping the man. Likewise, man. It's not only men that cheat. Women do cheat. And the truth is that once a man is cheating, it is evidence. There is that distance. There is that disconnection. You see everything here. What does oxytocin do? It reduces stress. It increases the feeling of bonding. It increases the feeling of love. It increases sexual desires and all that. Guess what? When a man is cheating or a woman is cheating, what are the signs? There is disconnection. There is no showing of love again. The man cannot even peck you. The only time in the house is stress. There is no sexual desire for the person, for your spouse again. Why? Because you are carrying everything that's supposed to be him or hers, his or hers, and you're giving it outside. So therefore, that person outside is taking everything. It's logical. You cannot deny it. It's logical. So it is important. Have time, have sex with your partner, please. And by partner, I mean husband and wife, woman and man. That's what we are talking about here, not the opposite. Okay. Now, so sexual activity and orgasm. Let me repeat it again. I hope everybody has to do one. Yes. Let me repeat it. Orgasm. If you don't know what is orgasm, please go Google it. And if you don't know what is orgasm and you're married, you are committing a crime, or your partner is committing a crime. You are. Please. So, this is science, I'm telling you. This is research. Sexual activity and orgasm further elevate oxytocin level. So oxytocin is there with the touch. That's why it's important that you keep all these little caresses. When your husband comes back from work, please give him a peck. When your wife comes back from work, give him a peck. When you are out all day, it must not be necessarily work. When you're out all day, you guys have stayed maybe 4 or 5 hours, some hours. That's it. You come back home, you are seeing him or her. Please give them a hug, give them a peck, something. That's one thing that I established in my house. Pecks have to occur. Whether you're angry or not angry, you have to peck. You have to kiss. In the morning, before you go to work. I don't care whether you guys slept. I slept my own. He slept his own. If I'm leaving the house, kiss must happen. Oh, babe, I'm going. If you like to call him by his name, oh, Dad, I'm going. No. Whether you call him Dan or call him what, Susan, whatever, the kiss has to happen. Whether he stays so long and go wait, that kiss has to happen. Because if the kiss doesn't happen, that's another violation of the house. Okay. So is it because it's obligatory? No. That just standards. Anybody set their own rules and their own things and rules in their house, right? That suits you. That was the first thing that was one of the first things that we set in the house. And let me tell you something, men are not too good with some of these things. So you as a woman, try to come up with some things that it keeps your relationship going. Okay. So, and again, it's not only about both of you, it gives a sense of it has something to do with even when your kids see how you guys are interacting. Listen, that balanced environment, that loved environment is very important for the kids, their psychological and everything. Okay. So it's very important. So those little keys, when she's in the kitchen doing something, come and touch something. When he's doing something, working with his laptop, whatever, pass and touch some. Don't be sitting every day for 6 months. If I ask you that, did you even give a peck? I know that is not our culture, but please, let's grow out of it. If you're married, you should not be ashamed. The Bible says that they were both of them in the garden, and they were both naked without ashamed. They were not ashamed of each other. I don't know why we are ashamed of our spouses. Okay? Nobody was ashamed. Adam and Eve, they were not ashamed. I don't know why people are ashamed. Some people cannot even kiss their wives in public. Why? Why can't you kiss your wife in public? You only knew how to kiss her. They say you cannot kiss the bride. That's the only place you could kiss. You cannot. Short. Let me leave them out. These African men, people have to repent. Okay, so the research have shown that sexual activity, frequent sexual activity, and orgasm further elevates the oxytocin level in your body. Okay, so for both men and women. So when a man ejaculates, the woman reaches orgasm. That helps, it builds that level, that high level of oxytocin, which increases intimacy between the partners. And again, I said it before that research have shown that it is linked to fidelity. Okay, so it promotes fidelity because it prevents you from getting closer or attached to another person. Okay, because I know some people are really players. They can really get attached to they can have other how many girls around, how many wives. But let me tell you something. There is no way that all of those people can have equal love. One person, you will love one person more than another. That's why some men will be like, oh no, I'm just going there for this. I love my wife. That's no excuse. That is no excuse. Concentrate that oxytocin, put it on her. Deliver for day. Don't be sharing. Don't be sharing. It doesn't work like that. So, but science has proven that, or science has suggested, research has suggested that there is that link between oxytocin level, higher oxytocin levels, and fidelity. So for men who had high oxytocin level, they tend to stick to their wives. They tend to be so attached to their wives, and they didn't have any reaction to other women doing that research part. That's a research project. So there is a big correlation between that. So what does that mean? It means that it is important that you people engage in sexual activity. Now, let me also insist again here that I said it before. Women, it is not pride for you to deprive your husband from sex. Please. When I hear women sit down and say, "Ma, you will see, I will see what you will do by luck at the grace." So when I see women say that, right, you are so ignorant. You are not doing anybody. You are not killing that man. You are not doing taking anything. If at all, God forbid, what betides you? The man is not even a born again. That's passport to go outside. What betides you if the man is not a born again? You have just sent the man outside. So it is not pride for you to sit down and say, "I don't give him anything. If I try now 1 time for 2 months, you are not trying nothing." Science said that you should have said that they suggest 3 times a week. Of course, we know that people are busy, but it's according to the schedule of you and your spouse. All we are saying is that prioritize it. It should be a priority. It should not be one of those things that anyhow people can go for 6 months. Sometimes people are not in the mood, yes, but guess what? It is said here that the more oxytocin is released, the more the person has sexual desire. When you were dating at the dating stages, why do you think that you were every time you wanted to have sex with your boyfriend? Why? Because you were African. You guys had nothing to do. Every time you see each other, you are having sex. So oxytocin is being produced all the time. And there's something called and the afterglow. We'll come to that. Afterglow of sex. Oxytocin is being produced all the time because once oxytocin is produced, right, there is an after effect up to like a 24 hours that is still lingering. It gives that happy effect. Some of you, when you were dating, you will see every 3 days. Imagine that you come and get the next, you come and have sex today. Then 3 days again, you want to see each other. The oxytocin is still there, lingering around, making you like, oh, I still want it. You go, pap. You don't have anything to do now. You were not busy, you were not working. Hey, we go again 2 weeks, but 2-3 days, you come and see, pap. So the effect is longer because research has shown that the longer the afterglow effect, the longer the how to say it, the satisfaction, the desire. So when I was reading these articles, I began to understand certain things that why fornication is why fornication is like that. Okay, but like I said, it's only by God's grace that we can resist that. Okay, so then next, so oxytocin has a very big part to play when it comes to relationship. Once it's released in your body through orgasm, especially, so frequent sexual activity and orgasm helps elevate the levels of oxytocin in your body, which in turn help with reduction of stress, increase the feeling of love, the feeling of trust in your partner, increase sexual intimacy, desire, and eventually bonding among couples. So that's very important for us. And also, it also helps the science have proven that there's a link between that and fidelity. So the second thing that we're going to see concerning good sex is the effect of after pillow talks. What are after pillow talks? What are pillow talks? Pillow talks are those talks that when you go to your bedroom with your husband, you guys just lay on the bed and you're chatting, you'll be chatting about some stuffs. It's not chatting about problems. So it's not chatting about your finances, how you guys are going to pay bills. No, it's just chatting about nothing and everything. Just chatting about whatever makes you guys happy. That's so. And sex, post-sex activity is mainly pillow talks. Okay, so during pillow talks, there is more self-disclosure. That's when, now, I'm saying pillow talks is when, after when you've had sexual intercourse and you guys are done, you guys just lay down in each other's arms on your head on the pillow or whatever. That's what it's called, pillow talks, and you're discussing that talk for night where you organic talk, or you are madam talk una the inside room. Those are pillow talks. Okay, not the calling type. So more during that time, there is more. Remember when you finish having sex. Sometimes you guys sit down, sometimes you discuss like, okay, how was it, for those who do that? And if you're not doing that, please start practicing it. How was it? Oh, thank you. Some people, let me pause here. Some people, please practice some good attitude, good behaviors. When you have sexual intercourse with your partner, say thank you. It's easy. It's not easy. It's work. Say thank you. Thank each other for the way you have felt, especially if you got to orgasm. Say thank you. What is there? Especially you got to orgasm, especially you ejaculate. Say thank you. That's a service. Okay? Thank each other. Those are the pillow talks. Thank you. Oh, babe, whatever thing you're saying, you're the one that you know what you say. Okay? Those are the pillow talks. So please thank each other. Stay on in each other's arms. Please don't rush immediately to the bathroom after you, as if though you are running from a prostitute. I said it last time. Don't do that. Okay. So when those pillow talks are associated to increase closeness, when you're in their arms, in each other's arms, you guys we are talking, and there is that more closeness. You guys are really like hugging each other. Please, when you are done with this thing, I repeat, God, don't rush to the bad room. Oh. I've heard a lot of complaints. People talk like that. Married people. Are you running for a prostitute? Greetings, oh Mumbali. Greetings, brother. So don't rush the bad room. Don't finish having sex with your wife or your husband, especially the men. You finish and you are dashing into the bathroom pap as if you're running from a prostitute. What's that? What's that? Don't do that. You just walked in. All right, all right. We're talking about sexual intimacy in marriage. So today the topic is a series. We're gonna run for like 15 episodes. So today we're talking about 3 scientific ways how good sex can improve your relationship, your marriage relationship. That's what we're talking about today. So please share the link to others if you're just joining. Share the links, and any comments, any experience, please share also so we can learn it. Okay, we can learn from that. So that is what about the pillow talks. Okay, and also research have shown that women who have frequent orgasm, women who get to orgasm frequently, they engage in pillow talks more than those who don't. Now, if you are a man that you don't know whether your woman reaches orgasm or not, I need to find your king. You are being selfish. If you are a married man and your wife cannot be proud that she has attained orgasm, something is wrong with you. You need king. You need therapy. There is no way that you should get into business with your wife and then come out of that act without her reaching orgasm, unless you don't want to. There is no way. Then you come, you are satisfied. You are eh? Why? Okay. Why? So please, orgasm is very important. That will be another. We'll find another session. We'll talk about the importance, the health importance of orgasm and ejaculation. It is very important. Psychologically, it makes you glow. It makes you. I mean, Pastor. Mommy, what are you doing here? Mommy, welcome, oh, welcome. I have my mother in the house, Pastor Muriel, Dr. Reverend Muriel. Thanks for joining. Man, you're running your journey today. This day that you're joining, you chose just to join today, mommy. Anyway, no problem. Oh my goodness. Yes. So please, if you are not able to get to orgasm when you have sexual intercourse, please get some help. It's important. It's very important. So research again have shown that women that engage in that get to orgasm, they engage in more pillow talks than those who don't. And that pillow talk is a time of closeness. a time of a heart to heart talk. Sometimes that's when you start asking some questions like, "Hey, babe, what I will make I use today? What do you want?" I was thinking the other day that I'll make you something nice. Would you like this or that? That's when you start, you are happy. You are happy. Okay. So an orgasm helps with relaxation. You relax after that. Now, if you're honest here, most of the I know for me, I say I'm crazy. But hey, that's what happens. I don't know why we are shy of that. You'll be honest with yourself that when you have sexual intercourse and you get to orgasm, there is one sleep that comes after that you don't understand. That is because your body is relaxed. Elizabeth, yes, many women suffer from that. Uh, um, Elizabeth, I don't understand what they suffer from. What, my dear? Let me know. I've said a lot of things. I don't know which one you're referring to. Many women suffer from what exactly? So I was saying that. Daddy, I'll call you back. So I was saying that when you get to orgasm, and even the man, when a man ejaculates, they do all the time. Whether a woman their own is just easy. And that's another thing. You people have to understand that you people, your own is very easy to just come out. But women, we need time. Hmm? For those who have not understood that, please start understanding. Okay. So both man and woman, when they reach that level, there is that sense of relaxation. The muscles, remember your muscles during ejaculation, they contract. So once they contract now for either ejaculation or either orgasm, after that period of contraction, there is what they call refractory period. For those who did biology, I don't want to do too much biology. Oh my God, sorry. Refractory period simply means the relaxation period. The time that time has passed. Now the muscle now is relaxing. Your whole body relaxes because during the process too, it's like your whole body is contracting. Okay, so after that, there is that relaxation, like your whole body. That's why it's a therapy. It's a therapy for stress. If you don't know, if you are too much, if you are too stressed in your house, maybe you're not having too much sex. You're not having enough sex. Forget about the other things. Maybe it can be finance or whatever things. But if you are just stressed for nothing, you don't even know why you are anxious. You are just anxious. You are depressed or something. Please, husbands, do something. Maybe it may be that. Okay. They are going to kill me here today, but it's okay. So yes. So when you engage in good sex, I repeat, good sex. We are talking about good sex brings or promote closer intimacy between you and your partner. Not the one that if it's not pleasurable, there's no benefits. It has to be pleasurable. There is no benefits. Okay. Don't do it because you're pleasing somebody. It's not because it's not. There's no benefit for that. So the sex will bring about pillow talks, and pillow talks effect is increases closeness. Okay. Now the last thing is the afterglow. Afterglow. What does it mean afterglow? Let me read it here. According to research, I forgot it. That name is very difficult. Melt cell, whatever. But afterglow, or is also called sexual afterglow. What does it mean? So sexual afterglow so research have shown that afterglow is enhanced sexual satisfaction. So after sexual glow, it means that it's a sexual satisfaction that lingers for days. Remember, I told us here that when I was reading about this article, I began to ask myself, I began to think like, hey, maybe this is the reason why fornication is so tricky, so difficult to resist if you are not in Christ. People just go ahead and do it because there's something called afterglow of effect of sex, right? So remember that when oxytocin is released, there is that feeling of love, that feeling of bonding, that feeling of that desire. So this the afterglow is that feeling of happiness that lingers even after the sexual intercourse. That's why sometimes we always make these jokes and we laugh, right? But you see, they say if you see the man about vex, so they say man give something, okay. But if you see the woman, is smile, smile, hey, they say, ah, what happened last night? Looks like you had something last night. They're just smiling, okay. There is that is it is not we say it ignorantly, but biologically, scientifically, it is proven. There is that after effect called after sex glow, okay, that sexual afterglow, that you feel that happiness, that sense of satisfaction that lingers, it stays even up to 48 hours after the sexual activity. So you see that if that satisfaction stays up to 42 days after the act, like I was saying, some people when they were dating, they will see every 2 days, every 3 days, every 4 days. So imagine that when that that sexual satisfaction is getting down, you are seeing the man again. It is still in there. You go again for another time. So it is that thing is there. Okay. So it is afterglow enhanced sexual satisfaction that lingers following a sexual activity, and sometimes it lasts up to 2 days after the act. Now, why is this important in the context of marriage? Why is this important? Well, how does it help to bring couples together? Now, the longer the afterglow, the longer, the more satisfied people are in their marriage. So research showed that people that had longer afterglow were more satisfied with their marriage. They were more satisfied with their husbands. They were happier in marriage. They were happier with their husband than those that did not. Okay. So this afterglow now, if you are happy with somebody, you are happy with your wife, happy with your husband, happy with your marriage. What is the effect? The effect is that it promotes bonding in couples. Okay. So, and also research shows that it suggests that a longer afterglow reduces couples' infidelity. It is related to infidelity. So you see that everything around sex is around oxytocin, release it. Look at it. We've had just three. I don't want to overwhelm us, but these three are ones that are connected to marriage, to the bonding. Because that's my interest, to show you how or why sexual intercourse is important in marriage. It cannot be underestimated. It cannot. So for those of you who are saying that, hey, please, it is important. It helps reduce stress. Oxytocin effect, we have seen it, what it does. It helps improve your sexual desire. It helps build trust. It promotes bonding, a feeling of satisfaction. And it's encouraged that sexual activity and orgasm, they increase it. Ejaculation, increase it. You remember I said that oxytocin helps the sperm to be propelled to move out of the man. So you can see that. So in ejaculation is there and all that orgasm. Then pillow talks, the effect of pillow talk effects. After you guys relax in each other arms, what happens? You guys are talking, and that closeness together brings that bonding. You guys are talking, you're vulnerable, you're in each other's arms, naked, touching every part. Okay, so that promotes bonding, and all that is about oxytocin. And number three, the afterglow effect, sexual afterglow effect that lingers, that happiness, that feeling of satisfaction that lingers, that happens, that stays around days after you've had sex. Okay, and research is that the longer the afterglow effect, the more satisfied people were with their marriage. So that is a study that was done. These are scientific facts. They are not myth. Scientific facts. And if these scientific facts are there, it means that God had made it like that. That is the reason why he's saying that sex has to stay in the context of marriage. We now see why. Even forget about spiritual, we now see why it has to stay in the context of marriage. Imagine that you are taking all these things, you are going now, you are delivering the goods to another person. So all these benefits will be going back to the person extramarital affair. That is why extramarital affair is so difficult difficult to break when it is emotionally. Some people say, "Oh, I just have sex. It's just for the sexual whatever." But an emotional, and I keep saying, an emotional affair is difficult. When it becomes emotional, it is difficult to break. It's by God's grace. So don't even try it. Like they say, don't try this at home, those adverts. So that is what I have for us. 3 scientific ways good sex brings closeness between partners. Number one, oxytocin effect. Number two, the pillow talk effect. And number three, the sexual afterglow effect. Those three. Don't forget about it. You can watch this video again. Please share this video as much as you can. Elizabeth, I'm really not sure what you were talking about. Women suffer from that. I don't know. I'll probably think that maybe you were talking about orgasm, that women suffer, that they don't know, they don't get to orgasm. Yeah, that's going to be a topic that we're going to talk about. But yes, a lot of women don't really get, they don't really know what orgasm is, and they don't really get to experience it. And that is one of the reasons why some women will say, Master, I don't like me sex. I don't like acting. I don't even acting. I wait to pull out to my every day, every day. I didn't enjoy. If a woman does not get orgasm, please, there is no way she can enjoy sex. There is no way. And number one, to even get to the orgasm, you the man, you need to know what the heck you're doing. A woman is not like a man. The system of a woman is totally different from a man. A man can get ejaculation in 1 minute. A woman, please, she needs time. So men, take care of your women. You don't even know their body. Sure, that's a topic for another day. Orgasm alone is another topic. We don't even want to get into that, but it's very important. It's very important that a woman gets it. It helps their sanity, it helps satisfaction in the marriage and everything. So that is what I have for us today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will continue on this topic within the week and also on Sunday. So I'll see you all next week. Actually, any day from tomorrow. I'll see you all next week. Thank you all for joining. I want to thank everybody who hopped in. I know it's late, and I apologize for the time again, because we were supposed to do it at 7 o'clock, but I had another meeting. So I want to thank Mumba Lee, who joined Miss and Lara, my pastor, Reverend Dr. Jude. I want to thank my mommy Muriel, Elizabeth, Wado, Emimi. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. And anyone who joined, I did not call your name. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Take care. I love you all. And I will see you all next week. Again, my name is Soul Angel, and you are watching the Blissful Couples Corner. See you next week. Thank you.